You are listening to English Conversation Radio. Relax, listen, and learn.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to English Conversation Radio.
That's right. I'm Noah.
And I'm Emma. And today is a really special day because this is our very first episode.
Our very first episode. So, if this is the first time you're listening to us, don't worry. We're going to take it nice and slow.
Exactly. This podcast is made specially for people who are learning English. So we'll speak clearly, we'll repeat important words, and we'll explain new vocabulary as we go.
And honestly, we're not teachers. We're just two friends who love to talk. And we think the best way to learn a language is by listening to real conversations, again and again.
So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started.
Okay, Emma, let's start with the basics. Who are we?
Good question. So my name is Emma. I'm 34 years old.
34. Got it.
And I'm a writer. More specifically, I'm a freelance writer.
Okay, let's stop right there for a second. Freelance, that's one of our vocabulary words for today.
It is. So freelance means I don't work for one single company. Instead, I work for myself. I find my own clients, I choose my own projects, and I can work from almost anywhere.
From anywhere? So, for example, where are you sitting right now, Emma?
Right now, I'm sitting in my favorite place with my favorite person and a cup of coffee next to me, of course.
Of course. Okay, now it's my turn. My name is Noah. I'm 37 years old.
37?
Yes, 37. And I'm a photographer. I also work remotely, which means I don't go to an office. I travel, I take pictures, and then I send my work to clients online.
A photographer who works remotely. That sounds amazing.
It is most days, although sometimes remotely means I'm sitting on top of a mountain trying to find a Wi-Fi signal.
So let's talk a little about who we really are beyond the job titles. Noah, I know you. What would you say are your 3 favorite things in life?
Okay. Number 1, nature. Mountains, forests, rivers, all of it. Number 2, hiking, obviously. And number 3, adventure. New places, new roads, and new stories.
That sounds exactly like you. For me, number 1, coffee shops. I think I've already mentioned that one.
Just a little.
Number 2, books. I always have one in my bag. And number 3, travel. Even though I love my quiet life, I also love discovering new places, slowly, the way you'd read a good book.
So, just to summarize for our listeners, you're Emma, a freelance writer who loves coffee, books, and slow travel.
And Noah is a photographer who works remotely, loves nature, hiking, and adventure.
That's us. 2 friends, 2 very different lifestyles, but one big love for English, conversation, and good stories.
So Noah, now that everyone knows a little about who we are, let's talk about where we live.
Good idea. Emma, why don't you go first?
Sure. So I live in a small town. It's not on any famous map, but it has everything I need. A few cozy cafes, a small bookstore, and a park where I like to walk in the morning.
A small town. And is this your hometown? That's our next vocabulary word, by the way. Hometown.
It is. Hometown means the place where you grew up or the place you consider home. And yes, this little town is my hometown. I was born here, I went to school here, and after living in a big city for a few years, I decided to come back.
Why did you come back?
Honestly, I miss the quiet. In the city, everything was fast. Fast coffee, fast walking, fast conversations. Here, life moves a little slower. I have time to read, to write, to think. In the autumn, the leaves on my street turn completely orange, and in the winter, the little bookstore puts candles in the window. It's simple, but it's mine.
I love that. Now, my situation is a little different. My hometown is a small coastal town, but I don't live there anymore because I work remotely. I move around a lot.
So right now, where are you between trips? You mentioned you just got back from somewhere.
That's right. I just came back from 3 weeks near the mountains. Beautiful hiking trails, fresh air, amazing sunsets, and in the morning, you could sometimes see the clouds sitting below you in the valley.
That sounds incredible.
It really was. And next month, I'll probably be somewhere completely different. Maybe near the coast again, maybe somewhere I've never been before. Right now, I'm staying here in town for a few weeks, which is actually why we're recording together today.
And we're very happy about that. You know, it's funny. We're both so happy with our lives, but in very different ways. I love staying in one place, and you love moving.
That's true. But you know what we have in common? We both chose the life we wanted. Nobody told us this is how it has to be. We built it ourselves little by little.
That's a really nice way to put it. And maybe that's something for our listeners too. There's no single right way to live. A small town, a big city, the mountains, the coast. What matters is choosing the life that feels right for you.
All right, let's go a little deeper. Emma, what does a normal day look like for you?
I love this question. Okay, so most mornings I wake up early. I make a cup of coffee and I sit down with my notebook. I write for about an hour before I even check my email.
Just writing? No phone, no messages?
Exactly. That hour is for me. Sometimes it's for a client project, maybe an article or a blog post, and sometimes it's just for myself. Ideas, thoughts, little observations about life. That's actually a big part of personal growth for me. Just slowing down and noticing things.
And then?
Then I usually walk here to this cafe. I say hello to Sophia, sit at my usual table, which is actually this one, right where we're sitting now. And I answer emails, talk to clients, maybe start a new project. It's a quiet life, but a very full one.
I love that. My days are a bit more unpredictable.
Oh, that's one word for it.
Some days I wake up before sunrise, I put on my boots, I grab my camera, and I hike for 2 or 3 hours just to get the perfect shot of the morning light.
And other days?
Other days, I'm at my laptop for hours, editing photos, sending files to clients, answering emails, just like you. So really, we're not so different. We both mix creative work with quiet, focused work.
You know, this is a perfect moment for our next vocabulary word. Lifestyle.
Yes, this lifestyle means the way someone lives. Their habits, their choices, the things that are important to them.
Right. And I think both of our lifestyles have one thing in common. We chose to do less, but better. Fewer emails, fewer meetings, more time for the things we care about.
Some people call that a minimalist lifestyle. Less stuff, less noise, more space to breathe. My backpack, my camera, a couple of shirts, and that's pretty much my whole life, packed and ready to go.
And honestly, it took us both years to get here. It wasn't always like this.
No, it definitely wasn't. Which is actually a perfect introduction to our next topic.
Before we move on, I want to do something a little different. Noah, can you describe one photo, just one, that you took recently?
Oh, I love this idea. Okay, so a few days ago, on my last morning in the mountains, I woke up at 5 o'clock. It was still dark and a little cold. I walked up a small hill near where I was staying, and I waited
Waited for what?
for the light. And then, slowly, the sun came up over the mountains, and the whole valley turned this soft golden color. There was mist, like a thin white blanket, sitting just above the river. I took maybe 20 photos, but one of them, that one felt like magic.
Wow, I can almost see it.
That's the goal. Ha 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 ha. Okay, your turn. Can you read us something from your notebook? Just a small piece.
Okay, here's something I wrote this morning. The cafe smells like cinnamon today. An old man at the window table is reading the newspaper, slowly, the way people used to. Outside, it's starting to rain, soft and quiet. I think some days don't need to be exciting. Some days, it's enough to just notice them.
That's beautiful, Emma.
Thank you. It's just a small moment. But I think that's what writing and photography are really about. Noticing small moments and giving them a little more attention.
And honestly, that's also a great way to practice English. Look around you right now and try to describe in English just one small thing you can see.
One sentence, that's all it takes. So, Noah, maybe it's time to answer the big question. Why did we create this podcast?
Well, it all started with a conversation, actually kind of like this one.
Ha ha ha, that's true. We were sitting right here, in this beautiful place. And Noah had just come back from a long trip.
6 weeks, 3 countries. And everywhere I went, I tried to speak a little of the local language. Sometimes it went well, and sometimes it really didn't.
And I remember you said something like, Emma, learning a language is so much harder when you're nervous.
It's true. When people corrected me too fast or spoke too quickly, I just froze. But when someone spoke slowly, smiled, and gave me time, suddenly I could understand so much more.
And that's when we had the idea, what if there was a podcast? That felt like a conversation between friends. No pressure, no tests, just two people talking slowly and clearly about real life.
And that brings us to our last vocabulary word for today, journey.
Right. A journey is a trip, but it can also mean a process of change over time, like my journey as a writer or my journey learning a new language.
And learning English is exactly that. It's a journey. Some days are easy, some days are difficult. But every single day, you're moving forward little by little.
So we created English Conversation Radio to be a friendly companion on that journey, a place where you can listen, relax, and learn naturally the same way you learned your first language by listening to real conversations again and again.
No pressure, no grammar tests, just us talking about our lives, coffee, cameras, small towns, mountains, and you listening, learning a little more English every time.
Okay, so now that you know who we are, let's talk about you. How can you use this podcast to actually improve your English?
Great question. Tip number 1, just listen. You don't need to understand every single word.
That's so important. Your brain is amazing. It learns patterns, sounds, and rhythm even when you don't notice it. So relax. You don't need to translate everything in your head.
Tip number 2, notice the pauses. We speak slowly and we pause often, on purpose. Those pauses are little windows. You can use them to repeat what we just said, out loud if you can.
Yes. Repeating out loud, even alone in your room, really helps your pronunciation and your confidence.
Tip number 3, keep a notebook. Emma always has hers with her.
Always.
And we recommend you do the same. Every episode will highlight a few new words like freelance, photographer, hometown, lifestyle, and journey from today. Write them down. Then write one sentence about your own life using each word.
For example, my hometown is, and then you finish the sentence. My lifestyle is, you try to describe it in your own words.
Tip number 4, and this is my favorite. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are part of the journey, remember?
Exactly. Every single person you've ever heard speak a second language fluently made thousands of mistakes first. Thousands.
And finally, come back. Every week we'll have a new classic story, a fable, a fairy tale, a timeless adventure, always in simple English, always with new vocabulary, and always like a real conversation between friends.
So here's your challenge for this week. Take our 5 words: freelance, photographer, hometown, lifestyle, journey, and write 5 short sentences about your life. Just 5 sentences. That's it.
Listen, repeat, write it down, don't be afraid, and come back next time. That's it. That's the whole plan.
All right, before we say goodbye, let's do a quick recap of today's vocabulary. Noah, do you want to start?
Sure. Word number 1, freelance. If you work freelance, you don't have one boss or one company. You work for yourself with different clients. Example, Emma is a freelance writer. She works for several different clients.
Word number 2, photographer. A photographer is a person who takes photos for fun or as a job. Example, Noah is a photographer. He takes pictures of nature and landscapes.
Word number 3, hometown. Your hometown is the city or town where you grew up or the place you think of as home. Example, my hometown is a small town with cozy cafes and a quiet park.
Word number 4, lifestyle. Your lifestyle is the way you live, your habits, your choices, your daily routine. Example, we both have a simple, calm lifestyle. We enjoy nature, coffee, and creative work.
And word number 5, journey. A journey is a trip from one place to another, but it can also mean a long process of learning or changing. Example, learning English is a journey. Every episode, you take one more step.
Let's say them one more time, nice and slow.
Freelance, photographer, hometown, lifestyle, journey.
5 new words. One step closer.
Now let's practice in full sentences. I'll say a sentence and then pause so you have time to repeat it out loud. I am a freelance photographer.
My hometown has a small bookstore. I love my simple lifestyle.
Learning English is a journey, not a race.
Great job. Now try saying those sentences again, but this time about your life in your own words.
Take your time. There's no rush here. Well, Emma, I think that's our show for today.
It really is. Thank you so much for spending these 30 minutes with us right here in our little cafe. We hope it felt like sitting at the table next to us.
If you enjoyed this episode, come back next week. We'll be reading our very first classic story together. Something short, something warm, something that has been told for thousands of years. We think you're going to love it.
And remember, grab your notebook, write down freelance, photographer, hometown, lifestyle, and journey, and try to use them in a sentence about your own life.
From me, Noah.
And me, Emma. Thanks for listening to English Conversation Radio.
See you next time.
Bye for now.